The man slowly raised his left arm, and then a welding tool miraculously emerged from his bones. Hearing his companions' desperate cries for help outside the door, he decided to use the welder to completely seal the entrance. The purpose of this action was to trap some kind of terrifying creature. It turned out this aircraft belonged to a biotechnology corporation's hunting fleet, whose mission was to capture aliens and bring them back to their home planet for scientific experiments. But during this return journey, the alien had successfully escaped. All crew members aboard the ship were dead, yet the captain remained calm. After reporting the vessel's status to the company, he immediately activated the emergency shelter. However, the spacecraft was now out of control and plummeting toward the planet's surface. His only hope was that the alien would perish in the crash. Unfortunately, the crash site was completely unpredictable. What they expected to land in company territory instead crashed in another organization's domain. The planet's inhabitants knew nothing of this incident until a massive explosion thundered in the distance, making people realize this was a serious aviation disaster. Rescue teams sprang into action, searching for survivors, evacuating the injured, and cordoning off the accident area. Soon they reached the ship's flank, but this area had obviously been torn open by something, creating a huge breach. Fortunately, a metal plate lay on the ground as a makeshift bridge, providing the rescue teams with an access route. Meanwhile, the captain also used his welding tool to cut open the cabin entrance. With fierce competition between corporations, he had to conceal the ship's true purpose. Therefore, before his own company's support arrived, he couldn't let the rescue team discover the vessel's secrets. But the ship was littered with mangled corpses that didn't match the casualty patterns typical of a crash. Moreover, the communication system had malfunctioned, causing the rescue personnel to quickly disperse to different areas. Two team members accidentally found the specimen storage room, seeing the bizarrely minus-shaped life forms in the incubators. Both felt extremely disturbed. The bodies on the floor appeared drained of something, clearly indicating abnormal causes of death. As they tried to contact their teammates, an insect silently crawled into one man's clothing. Before he could notice, there was a loud bang as the creature in the incubator, startled by the disturbance, began frantically ramming against the transparent barrier. Feeling the place was too dangerous, both decided to leave immediately. But now that they knew the ship's secrets, the captain certainly wouldn't let them just walk away. However, the captain had no intention of killing them, and he wasn't certain whether the alien had died in the crash. After instructing the two men to restrain each other in the laboratory, the captain immediately turned and left without hesitation. The black man loudly complained about his bad luck, but before he could say much more, he felt his scalp begin to sting, as if something was crawling onto his face. His teammate, hearing the screams, also panicked. He could clearly see the insect. When the bug bit into the black man's neck, his body rapidly shriveled and thinned. Just as his teammate thought the insect was satisfied, a second bug had already landed on his head. At the same time, other rescue team members reached the ship's rest area. Puzzlingly, some of the holes didn't appear to be caused by the crash, but rather looked like some life form had deliberately damaged the hibernation devices. However, the rescue team's mission was to find survivors. Since no living people could be found, there was no need to linger. But as time passed,